So I just went to the largest um, floating floating library. I think that's what it's called. It's by this group or organization called Logos Hope. So they're basically like it's like a library in a big ship, and they're like composed of different people like Christians and stuff, and they give donations. They help people in like poor communities and stuff like that, but they also make profit by selling books at like by discounts. They have more than 5,000 books, and I will show you some clips of when I was in there, and I'm going there again today to get more books. So I will be showing you another vlog going there and buying more books. But this is the books that I got, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, so the first book that I got is this beautiful Wordsworth edition of Anna Karenina, and I really like this cover. I think it's really pretty, but unfortunately, as I was trying to remove the price tag because it was covering this part of Nina, it kind of came off. I'm gonna maybe use like a black or dark blue marker to cover it up, and then I'm gonna use a plastic wrap to like protect my books. But this, honestly, I really like Wordsworth. I like how there's a mini cover on the spine, but my issue with it is that it's really low quality to the point that this is new. I just bought this on Monday and today is Wednesday. So even just being in a plastic bag, look how here it already ripped out. And just look at this big line. I don't even know what happened. Here's already chipping off. And it already looks like at the corners already also starting to chip off. And I haven't even read it, and I only touched it twice. This is like the third time I'm touching it. I'm not really mad at the font. I thought that the font was gonna be smaller because I know that for Wordsworth they use 8.5 size font. So I feel like this is very readable. Maybe my camera is making it seem like it's a normal penguin sized font, but it's really small. I might do a comparison of fonts when I'm done. The next one that I got is this beautiful edition of basically the same Wordsworth, which is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I really love this cover. I think it's really pretty. It has really to do with the actual theme because Wordsworth is known for not following with the covers, don't really go with the theme sometimes. So yeah. And I really like this one because it's so floppy. It's new, but it's so floppy. It's really nice. I also like the font and the introduction to it, but as you can see here already on the edges looks like it's chipping off. Look at here, it already looks like it's a bit old when it's new. The next one, you guys already know what it is. It's The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I really also like this cover. I actually want to get all of Wordsworth Fyodor Dostoevsky books just because I really like this cover, the covers for it, and I think it will go together pretty. It will look pretty on a shelf together. I like this one because it looks new, and thank God it did not suffer a lot of damage in the plastic bag. Only here, as you can see, but it's not a lot, so I'm really glad that one of my favorite authors, and I'm really glad that one of his books did not get damaged. And the next one we all know, and it's War and Peace. I cannot get Anna Karenina and I get War and Peace. And I really also like the cover. Obviously the painting is not perfect, but I really do like the cover, and I love how it feels on my hand. Like it feels like one of those big books that you grab and you just want to read and just conquer it. Like, ugh, like look at this behemoth, it's so big. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to read in this edition specifically because the font is small, and oh my goodness, The font is actually smaller than Anna Karenina or any other edition that any other book that I just previously showed you. But I do like how there's like illustrations and maps. But the font, look at that. I don't even think it's 8.5. I feel like this is like a 6.5 or something because I know the Wordsworth font size is 8.5. But this really just, it doesn't feel like a 8.5. It feels smaller. And I tried to read the introduction yesterday, but I had to like grab my reading glasses and still it was just hard for me, but maybe I'll get used to it with time. But yeah, this also didn't suffer much damage. Oh, it did. Okay, here we go. As you can see here, it suffered some damage, but overall it looks pretty. Oh, here's also already chipping off. I might like try to fix a little bit of these mistakes, and hopefully maybe I can put like plastic wrap. I'll show you what I mean when I meant plastic wrap, like or plastic sleeve to protect the books. The next one that we have is one I was really excited to get. Like I was really excited, and this one is the Essential Kafka. Basically, it's two books and short stories in one. So basically this is, I like this cover, but I don't really like the eye on the moon. It's kind of creepy, but whatever. So this one also suffered a little bit of damage, as you can see here already. On the spine it's coming off, it's chipping off, but the back, oh, here is also chipping off. And I was really excited. Probably I think I almost screamed, like I squealed when I saw this book, just because I've been really wanting to read The Trial by Franz Kafka, but I wanted a physical book that I could annotate. Because I remember the first time when I read Metamorphosis, I was so upset that I listened to the audiobook, read it online, but then I couldn't annotate, so it hurt me a lot. So I'm glad that I finally have Metamorphosis, The Trial, that I can annotate to my heart's content. And the last book that I got at the fair, at the book fair, Logos Hope Ship, it's a really pretty edition, and this is The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I am in love with this new Wordsworth Classics covers. Look at that. It is so pretty. Like, it's so beautiful. I think I'm going to have to collect every single edition of this because it's so pretty. Like, I actually saw at the book fair, like, the Crime and Punishment for this. I already have the Crime and Punishment, but it's in I think it's a Bentham edition, or yeah, I think it's a Bentham edition, but I really don't like that, and I also want to read it. I really want like all of them. Like, I just want him to have a companion because it's so pretty. But I think the Crime and Punishment one is prettier. So the font is also really good. I love how floppy it is. Like, oh my gosh, it is so floppy. I adore it, and the font doesn't really bother me. I love how it feels in my hand. It's just so beautiful. And yes, it did suffer some damage over here. Like this part ripped a little bit that I have to glue, and it kind of affected like a few pages, as you can see. But I really love this edition. It's so pretty. So yeah, all of these are all of the books that I got at the book fair Logos Hope. And now I'm just gonna show you how I plan on protecting them. And also I'm gonna maybe try and get my tripod so that I can show you guys the difference in the font size, because I really want you guys to see the difference between the font size of Anna Karenina and the other editions. Like, it's just so different. It's crazy. And I want to compare it with like a penguin so you guys can actually see. I think so. As you can see, the lighting changed a little bit just because I stopped filming. because my sister also wanted to go today to because there's only 2 days left until the ship leaves. So today's like, and so I had to stop filming, doing whatever I was doing, and I accompanied her again to Logos Hope. So yeah, Logos Hope, and I actually found 2 new books, but as you will see from the next clip, is that while I was shopping, I basically found 2 books, and then so this is the 7th book that I got from Wordsworth Edition, and this is The House of the Dead and the Gambler by Fyodor Dostoevsky, which means now I officially have 5 books from Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is how it's looking like. It was in perfect condition when I got it, but for some reason, I think my sister just she held it a bit too tight or something, because now it's kind of damaged here at the back, as you can see. And now I will try to take this off camera and like really carefully. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to film the other part of the video. Okay, so this is I don't really have like penguin black spine. This is the only penguin that I have, and basically I DNF'd this book, and but I think it will do to show the difference between the font sizes. Hopefully I will probably finish this book, but for now I DNF'd it. Okay, so I'm just gonna open it like this. Hopefully I'll be able to do it with one hand. So sorry for the shakiness. Okay, so as you can see, there's a big difference between this penguin font size and this one. As you can see, it's not that bad. It's actually really good, and I love how this one is so floppy. Like, I really love how floppy it is. But let's compare with War and Peace. Again, let me just open any page that is not tabbed. Okay, so as you can see, the difference is huge. Look at that difference. Just look at that difference. Look at how on the right side we have the penguin edition, and look how you can see so clearly, and just look how small. Look at those font size. I think this is a 6.5. I really doubt that this is a 8.5. Like, now I'm gonna try and compare. Maybe let's try and see if there's a difference between Anna Karenina font size and War and Peace font size. Let's see if it's a bit different. Don't worry, you guys, I'm gonna try and fix this. Hopefully Okay, so as you can see, there's also a bit of difference. Yeah, there really is a difference between. So on the right side, we have Anna Karenina. Do not read too closely, otherwise you're going to get spoiled. So on the right side, we have Anna Karenina, and look at the difference between the font size. And look on the left side with War and Peace. The font is really small. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read this. Maybe if I'm really in the mood for it and I really want to read it, I'm gonna read off of this. Also, I haven't really done my research on Constance Garnett. I don't know if this is a good. Oh wait, so for War and Peace and any Leo Tolstoy book, it's translated by Louise and Elma Maud. And so Constance Garnett is actually the Fyodor Dostoevsky books. But anyways, so I don't know if the French part of War and Peace, if if it's already translated in English or if it's in French. I'm really worried about that part because I do not know how to read French, but we'll figure it out. It was really clear and it was helpful. If you decide to get Wordsworth, I still would recommend, if it's something if it's really cheap in your area, do get it, read it, and when you actually fall in love with the story, buy a better edition. But if anyone has eyesight problems or vision problems, do not get War and Peace. So yeah, that's everything. Bye bye. So I actually forgot to film, and what I wanted to say is, after I clean all of my books with damp cloth, and I fix like the little parts that are scraping off, I will protect it the way this one is. As you can see, there's like this plastic sleeve protecting the book, because I really don't want to be reading and seeing like bits and pieces. As you can see, just by the demonstration that I did to show you the font size, I don't know how sharp my nails are, but look, it already scratched off a little bit here, which I'm so mad, but we'll just have to ignore it. Yeah, I was trying to find a marker that could actually pass for this dark blue of the Wordsworth, but I only have like black and light blue. So I'm trying to find, oh, this pen is not writing. Okay, so I guess this one is out of question. So I was trying to look for a pen that fits the cover, like a tone of pen that fits the color. But let me just quickly draw like that, or at least scribble like that. And I'm trying to see which one matches the cover the best. And I would say that, okay, no, I don't think either of them, but the closest one is this one. Let us actually see if this is going to work. What is that? What is that? Oh, it's a pencil. Okay. So I'm just gonna use this to see if it's gonna cover. Okay, so it is covering, but it doesn't really match. As you can see, no, it doesn't really match. I don't think people like would notice it, but I'm looking for something that will match. So I'm basically gonna go through my watercolors to see if maybe I have like a match of this blue. Okay guys, so this is the color that I found, and I think it's almost a match, but we'll see. Oh, it's not gonna work. Okay. I'm just gonna take a dry one. Like nothing is matching, you guys. I feel like this is a green and not like an actual blue that I'm thinking. Oh my god, did I just ruin the book? Okay, it's fading out. It's matching little by little. Okay, this is just gonna have to do. Okay guys, so I did the best of my capabilities. So as you can see right here, you can actually notice the ink because it doesn't really match the color of the book, but it got the job done. At least it won't be that noticeable once I put the plastic sleeve, hopefully. And this is how Anna Karenina, the cover is looking. It's looking okay, I guess. I wouldn't have like put the ink until the E sign thingy so it can look more discreet, but I did the best that I could, and I honestly love it this way because I was hating the scrape off. This one has the one that my sister was grabbing. I'm still fixing little by little. I'm just gonna take a little bit of paint and cover this part that you guys can see over here. And don't worry, then later I'm gonna fix it. So it's looking like this now. We'll let it dry and then you see how it look like. And this is how, this one, if you can't really tell, but I really like how it looks at the end. And you can see that I put a little bit of watercolor here where it was white, like over here. It was white over here, but luckily I let it dry, then I wiped a little bit with a tissue and it looks really nice. I like how it's looking. Only here you can notice a little bit that I put a little bit of watercolor, but I love how it's looking, at least at the front. Where's the other books that I fixed? So I think those were the ones that were really damaged, and I'll show you in a little bit how this one is looking once it dries. That's how it's looking like. So at a distance in the shadow you can't really notice, which is good. Only when you're in the light you can also really see in the light, but which is really good. So I'm really happy as how it turned out. It's looking really good. And now I will film when I buy the plastic sleeve so I can show you guys how I cover my books.